left it's dark, and to the right we're getting a reflection. So it's checking the Moscow cam every day now to check to see what's going on. Also, I want to say that we're getting closer to the truth, I think, because we're getting some people that are trying to disinform others. Don't listen to them. Just ignore these people. Lowlifes. It's not, basically at the end of the day, we just want to carry on showing the truth. We can see these situations in the skies now. And the more truth that we're pulling out, the more they're going to try and cause a bit of a situation, the shills. Just ignore them. They're a waste of time. Because we're hunting for the truth, and these cams show the truth. Look at the object up there that's moving behind them chemtrails. You can see the object to the right there. It's very interesting. And I'm going to go to the next cam now. So full respect to all you subscribers and viewers, because the hunt is on, basically, to carry on, to hunt the skies, to see if we can get hold of the true situation. Here is an Australia Sydney webcam that's live right now. You can see where the yellowness is off the buildings and the yellowness off the road and everything. The sky is in a silvery haze. And basically I'm going to keep going on with these webcams. There's no stopping me now, because at the end of the day, we need the truth. I'm just going to keep going, and I will keep going. And it's also very important to basically look at the truth on the cams. It's very important, because the reflections are all wrong, and I will keep going. Keep looking and watching to get the right footage. You can see on this webcam as well in Australia, look at the reflections and everything. You can see these huge reflections to the left, underneath, to the right, and this curve. This is reflections from under the sun. Now I believe the one on the left is Nibiru. You can just glance at it and you can see the rock formations. These heavenly bodies are travelling with our sun. Look at the land, how yellow and dark it is. We're being eclipsed. It's just so important that you, the subscribers, get to see this true footage. Don't be dismayed by other people. This system is here and it's real. And just underneath the sun there, you've got this huge object. It's been recorded time and time again by other great channels. We're just going to keep going and finding the footage, because these cams are telling the truth. Here is another webcam. You can see the chem clouds above up in the skies and the pinkness. These chem clouds are not our natural clouds, and you really need to know this. It's very important. These chem clouds are basically just burnt. The sun is burning them. The sun's burning twice as hot. You've never seen these clouds before. I've never seen them before. These are burnt clouds because the hydrogen is being taken out of them. And also I'm getting 3 or 4 people now that are emailing me, and they're basically giving me some real true weather reports. They're all seeing the same thing. And it's fantastic that people are getting involved as well. It really is. We're starting a community now, and that's keep strong. We've got to keep strong and keep hunting the skies. Other people have sent me videos in as well of UFOs as well. Other great channels have said that I can share their footage. It's absolutely brilliant. So I've shown the UFO images of other people that have sent the images in. It's fantastic. Them diamond-shaped UFOs are real. And also other pieces of footage as well. People are emailing me and basically thanking me for starting showing these cams. They're looking right into the screens and zooming in and seeing different objects. It's amazing. I'm getting some good input. Some good friends out there. There really is good people out there. We want positive people. It's so important. You can see on this cam that it's been blasted with chemtrails. Can you see underneath the trails that thickness of chemicals? You've got the natural clouds that are being burnt away. They're not doing anything. And the darkening skies as well. So what they do is the government throw these planes, as I said before, up at 3 or 4 a.m. in the morning, way up there, thousands of feet high, so we can't hear them chemtrailing. But they're doing it every morning now. before the sun rises, the affected sun. And I'll show you more images of the sun and prove to you that these pieces are coming off the sun. There's all sorts of things that have been thrown about up there at millions of miles an hour near the sun. Up there is just full of trash, and trash is coming in from the Nibiru system. If you look carefully at this image, you can see the haze at the bottom from Nemesis, but above you can just see the reflection from Nibiru. There is a circle object in pink in the haze reflecting from the blue dark sky. So if you study this image, you will see it. It's very faint, but it's there, 100%. Look again on this cam here as well in Australia. How pink the clouds look and how unrealistic they look. And apparently these clouds don't move. They just stay in one position all the time. They don't go near the sun to protect us. They're just up there, and they're just chemicals that have been sprayed across the world. Different places all across the globe. They're pink and reflecting. The Nibiru system's here. The skies are changing. And look at the ground. It's yellow. It's this tint, this reflection. And look at this weather cam as well. You can see the clouds just below the chemtrails above, where they're basically being burnt and they're not doing anything. The same sort of situation that's happening worldwide. And when we do have this presentation, we're going to talk about this without any negativity, people. We want positive people that are determined to know and want the truth. This is a real image. These images are coming in live now. And they're basically, they've chemtrailed Australia. They've chemtrailed it. You can see the clouds are just basically so fake, so unreal. And on the weather cams and the weather charts, they don't show the chemtrails. They don't show them at all. They only show the original clouding. This is another Australian webcam. You can see basically the thickness of these chemtrails and these storm clouds as well, the mixture. This isn't our sun that's coming up from the wrong side. This is another heavenly body coming up from the horizon. And look how dark the situation is. I've just got an urge to everybody to let you know that things have changed. They really have, and you know this. We're just going to keep going and keep showing and keep giving proof out to the real situation. Here is another cam you can see in Australia. Look how low the clouds are. Look how dark the sky is, and then you can see the simulator that's behind them chem clouds, and how dark the land is. This is happening everywhere, and I really need to stress this out to all the new viewers, because us, the subscribers and the people that are watching the footage, we all know that something is strange going on. The clouds are just don't look the same as they were before, and this is because the Earth's magnetic pull towards the Nibiru system. And also the clouds are lowering. And I stress to you, I can see this every single day now. Here is another image in Australia, and you can see the chem clouds again. They're spraying at night time. They're too low. They're too thick. They're full of aluminium. And they're covering heavenly bodies. They are too low. Thing is though, we're all becoming ill. And also in Australia there'll be many people that are not well because of these chemicals that come down to the ground, into our water, the fluoride, the food. It's all basically poisoning us. It's just a shame really that we can't stand up for ourselves with this. Many other channels I've noticed that they've stood up and they've had presentations with this in front of the government. But nothing. They're still carrying on getting away with it. I've just been informed tonight on an email to say, Matthew, just keep strong, just keep fighting it and keep going. Which I will. I'm going to do this because it's very important. Because as I said before, I was an artist and I basically know my reflections and oil paintings and things, and you know, I've basically taught myself as well and went to college and university, and basically you can see these clouds. Now the thing is, the textures and the reflections are showing me that there is 100% something going on with our sun. And I believe 100% that the binary system is up there as well, reflections. Look at the redness, the little red tints in that lower cloud. Look how it's being pushed down. Them cranes on the right hand side, they're so close to the clouding now. And look at the light source above on the left hand side. They're hiding the system. How dark, look at the darkness on the ground. I have to stress to you with this cam image as well that they're pumping chemicals into our clouds and into the sky. They're too low. Look at the ground as well, it's just dark. Very dark. Look at the colour behind them clouds. The blueness. I don't know, I'm not sure if it's the blue Kachina that's behind there in the horizons, but it's far too blue. There's two reflections there. There's a blue reflection, not from our sun. And in the middle there you've got this pink reflection. Our sun is being affected. It's turning into a very red hot star right now. And it's burning them chemtrails. It's burning the clouds. And all this thick poison is doing us no good. They need to tell us now. The game is up now, government and NASA. You need to tell us. You really do. It's really important now that the public get the truth. Because we're slowly slipping into darkness right now. Look how NASA and government burn out these images. Look how they blur everything. And they do it also on the weather charts. Things are getting blurred out in the sky, so we're starting to not be able to see what's going on in the weather cams. Here is a weather cam, okay? Now this is very important as well, because these clouds are hiding something behind those thick chem clouds have been lowered down at the sky. Look at the puffiness of these clouds. They're so unreal. They're being pushed down and they don't move. And also you can see a reflection behind the middle and center of the cam. Behind there is a big, huge red object, I believe to be Nibiru. It's in the right part of the sky. They're hiding the binary twin as well. They're hiding everything on these cams. So I'm going to go back to this cam and I'm going to keep an eye on this. Just again, another cam that's there. You can see the pinkness reflections on the horizon and they're puffing the sky up with these chemtrails. Look at the bottom, the burnt clouds at the bottom, the natural clouds. Again, they've sprayed the skies there over in Australia. People are starting to probably notice now. I've had one subscriber from Australia that sent me an email saying, yes, the skies are being sprayed and they can see the redness on the horizon. So it's all happening now.
The contrails, not the chemical, the contrails occur because of cold air, minus 30. It takes a high altitude, around 30,000 feet plus. There's carbon dioxide and water vapor in that exhaust. That turns to ice crystals, and that's what you see, the white stream behind it. Those white crystals of ice warm up, dissolve, and the smoke goes away. And it never lasts more than a minute. What we're seeing now, and I first could not believe it, and I started looking at the skies, and these are not normal. They're not natural. There's something going on. I don't know who it is or why they're doing it. All I can testify is it's not natural and it's not normal. It's got to be
here to give you testimony that chemtrails, they're not contrails, are indeed real. They're spraying almost every day. I watch the clouds and watch the spraying program going on. I want to tell you that we're in very great danger from the pollution that's coming down over us. And we've been led astray by the military-industrial complex, and they're responsible for the cloud's creation and weather manipulation programs. They're dark operations. That's why they're not out in the media.
I look around and I see people are starting to look up and see this. Many times I've spoken about chemtrails, and I get this blank look on my face. What are you talking about? I'm saying, look up. As a pilot, before I fly, I look up. And so, boy, they're really out there working.
When you look up at the sun and you see a white haze, that is aluminum floating in the air right now, and it's coming from the aircraft.
There's a huge amount of aluminum being found because these sprays have aluminum, strontium, barium, manganese, and there's a lot of argument that aluminum is very common to be found. But aluminum.
So there you have it, with the chemtrails and the contrails. You know the difference, and you've all seen the chemtrails now. And it's true that it's doing us no good at all to our health, to others as well, our close family members. It's so unfair. It really is. And you can see in this image what they said. Basically, it gives this haze. And it's no good for the fish. There's fish dying all over the world, and they're not reporting it now. There's birds flying out, dying out the sky, falling out the sky. The smaller animals are being affected. Like the animals I showed you on the other footage, they're being affected as well. It's so unfair. We need to stand up to the government. We need to stand up to these shills as well. Waste of time. We're going to carry on and keep fighting the truth because it's got to show. Anyway, thank you for watching this footage, the video, and I'll do some more videos tomorrow to show you the truth of what's going on in our skies. It's so important that people now need to know. I'm not doing this for myself. I'm doing it for the earth. I'm doing it for the world. I'm doing it for the people, for the public. Someone's got to do it. Someone's got to stand up to these people. It's disgusting.